What is up, nerds? It is Reptile here again with another DIY video, and I have over 15 plus years experience hand making punk clothes and leather gear. One thing that's always kind of irked me is the amount of fashion companies out there making pre-made punk, goth, alternative fashion garbage, exploiting workers in sweatshops overseas. Yeah, it just doesn't fly with me. It also takes away from the DIY aesthetic of the subculture. Prime example of this sort of fast fashion garbage you see in the punk, goth, alternative scene is bondage pants. And now every single pair of bondage pants you see on the screen right now is way over $100, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason to spend that much money on a pair of pants, especially if you're part of some sort of alternative subculture. Now, I've seen punks wear these kind of pants, I've seen goths wear these kind of pants, even scene kids, emo kids, and lately I've been seeing people that look like this wear bondage pants. So I'm going to help you guys out. I'm going to show you how to make your own pair of split leg bondage pants for roughly less than $15 a pair. I'm going to teach you some skills along the way, and we are going to get our DIY on. So before we get started, all the timestamps will be in the description below. If you want to just check out a certain part of the video, they'll be down there. Split leg bondage pants, it seems pretty straightforward. You might just take two pairs of pants, cut them in half, and sew them together. Yeah, that does work, but I like to keep things cheap, fast, and easy, just like me. So I'm going to show you my way of doing this. So here's the supplies you're going to need. Obviously, you're going to need some pants. I went ahead and got some second-hand thrift store pants. You're going to want to look for pants with a cool pattern, preferably something with plaid, animal print, camo works. You could even do solid color pants, okay? You are also going to need some tape. I use painter's tape, but I didn't have any this time, so I'm just using regular tape. Whatever works, guys, alright? So whatever you got, make it happen. You guys are also going to need some black gloss acrylic paint. Don't get the matte paint, you want the black gloss acrylic paint, okay? It's very important that it's the black gloss kind. Also, you're going to need some sponge brushes or a way to apply the paint. You're also going to need some zippers. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. You're going to need some dental floss, our thread. You're going to need some D-rings. Now with the D-rings, you want ones that you can open up. You're going to need some adjusters, and you're also going to need some nylon straps. So I'm going to be painting up two pairs of pants for you all today. We're going to be doing this pair of cheetah print, and we're also going to be doing a pair of camo print. Now first things first, when you get your pants, you're going to want to look at them. Look at the panels. Look how the way it's made. And you want to get an idea in your head of the way you're going to paint it. Now when we paint these pants, we are going to be pretty much painting negative spaces black, if that makes any sense. One side of the pants is going to be black, and the other side is going to be the natural material color. Now we're going to be painting the pockets in negative spaces, so one pocket's going to be the black color, the other pocket's going to be the natural color, okay? We're going to do the same with these panels all over the pants, and you know, once you get in there and start looking at the way your pants are made, this will make a lot more sense. And just watch the video, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so I've roughly laid out some tape, and up there where I'm pointing at, that's going to be black. Down there on the entire other pant leg, that whole pant leg is going to be black. And we're going to flip it over. As you can see, that one pant leg is going to be black. We're going to have a cheetah print pocket, and that other side we're just going to have a black pocket, okay? Now this pair of camo pants is a lot more interesting. There's way more panels. I'm going to have a lot more fun doing this one. But yeah, same concept. We're going to be doing negative spaces. One side's going to be black, one side's going to be camo. And honestly, guys, I really wanted to do a pair of plaid pants, but I could not track any down. So you're just stuck with these camo pants and these cheetah pants. But here we are. Everything's all taped out. Make sure when you lay your tape down, it is nice and firmly pressed on, because you don't want your black paint bleeding underneath your tape. Okay, no good. But if it does happen, it's not a big deal. We can fix it later. And here we go, we're going to do the back. Just like we did before, we're going to tape everything off. There we go, looking good. And yeah, let's continue on. Alright guys, we are going to talk about gloss black acrylic paint real quick. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that I use it a lot, alright? I use it on all sorts of projects, but anyway, it does not come off fabric. It's going to make your fabric hard and crunchy at first, then you're going to wear your pants or your fabric or whatever for about a week. It's going to break in and the paint is going to turn into this leathery rubber texture, okay? It's not going nowhere, it's not coming off. You can wash it. I would recommend machine washing it on the delicate setting with cold water. I would not recommend putting it in a dryer. So pretty much painting is real easy. You just squeeze the paint onto your pants and you just take your sponge brush and just layer it on, okay? It's real simple. If you could finger paint, you can do this. Just make sure that you are painting the correct panels, okay? And just pay attention to what you're doing, alright? Don't make your first layer too thick. Just make it nice and even, okay? As you can see, I just did the front. Now I'm going to go back and do the back, alright? Fantastic. So we got our first layer done. We're going to let it completely dry. I let these pants dry overnight, and then I came back, and I'm going to do my second layer. Second layer is going to be just like the first, and if you notice there's any spots where the original fabric showing through, try to hit those up a little bit more. But yeah, second layer. Not much to tell you guys. Also, still pay attention so you're painting the right panels. Alright, so here we go. Now after your second layer, if you let it completely dry overnight, you can go back and do a third and final layer if you really want to. Sometimes I just do 2 layers. It doesn't really matter in the end. The more layers of this paint you have, the more glossy your pants are going to look like. But anyway, we did our first pair of pants. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with our cheetah pants right here. And like I said, just pay attention so you do paint the correct panel. Alright, let's get this done. Here we are, our pants are all done, they're all dry. I got 2 layers on these pants, and the next step is just to take the tape off. Alright, so we're going to take our tape off and see what we have underneath these wrappings. Wow, they look pretty cool right now, but we're going to be sewing some zippers on these bad boys, alright, because that's what makes them bondage pants. Don't ask me why punks put zippers on their pants, but you know, it sells. So here we are, we got our zippers, and honestly you can use as many zippers as you want. I know some people out there are looking like Edward Scissorhands with all the zippers and the straps and shit. Honestly, I'm going to keep these pants pretty conservative when it comes to bondage pants. Minimalistic, I guess you'd say. But anyway, here we are, everything we need. We have our zippers, we have our dental floss right here. You can also use thread. Honestly, if you want your stuff to look good, use black thread instead of dental floss. But you guys know me, I'm a cheap bastard and I'm just using dental floss. As you see that container I just grabbed up there, that's just a random container that I'm going to use to hold open the inside of my pants so I don't sew them shut. Now when you're laying your zippers down, you're going to want to take your pants, fold them in half, find the center mass, and draw a line on with a pencil or whatever you got laying around, okay? You just want to make sure you know where the center is because you don't want your zippers crooked, you know, or maybe you do want them crooked. I don't know what you're going for. But I like my zippers straight. So here we are, we have our container in the leg, keeping it open so we don't sew our pants shut. And honestly guys, like, it's really cool if you want to use 2 zippers at once. It gives it a lot more of a chunky look. I know a lot of legit punk bondage pants have 2 zippers, but I'm not going to be doing that today because I don't have enough zippers to do that with all my pants. So I'm only doing 1 zipper on the front and 1 zipper on the back, okay? So here we are, we got our zippers, and we're just going to take some safety pins. We're going to safety pin our zippers down. Very nice, look at that. Alright, so now we're going to start sewing. I'm just going to do a little demonstration about how to set a needle. Like I say in my other videos, guys, I am not a seamstress. I just make punk rock shit. But anyway, you're going to take your thread or your dental floss, take about like 2 arm lengths long, and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to find the middle of it, and that's what you're going to want to run your needle through, the end of your dental floss. find the middle. That's where the middle's at right there. I just pointed to it. And you're going to get it right in the middle, and then you're going to tie it off. And when you tie it off, you're going to double knot tie it to make it really super tight so it's not going anywhere, okay? This is how I do my thread or my floss, whatever I'm using, because it just gives you double the strength when you're sewing. Alright, so now we're going to start sewing. It's important when you sew that you want to use your dominant hand, obviously, but you want to work in the opposite direction from your dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be moving my needle towards the left. It just makes it a lot smoother, okay? So our first step is to anchor our thread. We're going to catch it. We're going to run it over again, okay? Once we run it over again and catch it, we're just going to go up and under, up and under, up and under, all the way up. All right, pretty simple. And you know, if you've never hand sewn before, don't be scared. It's very simple. One thing to keep in the back of your head is to keep your thread even widthwise and lengthwise, just so your stitches are nice and even and they look a little cleaner, okay? And honestly, guys, if you have a sewing machine, by all means, use the damn sewing machine. I just like to do things by hand because it's just what I do. But anyway, here we are. We sewed all the way up the side of one zipper. We're going to tie off our knot. We're going to double knot it, and that's pretty much it. We're going to cut it off. All right, pretty simple. And we're going to go back and we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side of our zipper, okay? Boom, look at that. Very clean, very clean. We got our first zipper on. Now to do the rest of our zippers, we're going to flip our pants over and do the back. All right. There we are. We got the front and back zippers on our pants. That works for now. I'm actually going to go back and put a little bit more zippers on this pair. And like I said, guys, you could put as many zippers as you want. If you want to go crazy, you can. These pants are going to be more minimalistic. I'm making them for my partner. So they're not going to be as flashy as, let's say, somebody who wants to look like Edward Scissorhands or some shit. But anyway, if you are sewing with dental floss, you can go back with a lighter and just melt the floss because it is a synthetic plastic. It just melts right in there and it just makes your stitches not go anywhere. If you're just using thread, just cut the thread. Make sure it's really tight. That's pretty much it. So here we are. We can do zippers up there, anywhere on the pants, anywhere you want a zipper. I've even seen zippers like in people's ass to crotch. In all reality, that's where real bondage pants come from. They just ass to crotch zippers. We are not going to be talking about that in this video. Let me know if you do want a video like that. We could make it one of those channels. But anyway, let's lay this other zipper down. So here we are, and if you don't have like a container or something that will fit in like the thighs of the pants, just take your container you have and just get all that excess fabric around it and just safety pin it to make sure it's nice and tight, okay? It's pretty easy, self-explanatory. Here we go, and we're just going to follow the same exact steps that we did on the bottom of the pants. We're going to just sew like we did. Awesome, looking good. And yeah, like I said, do as many zippers as you want. I want my pants to look like this, so that's why they look like this, alright? So let's move over to these cheetah pants. We're going to put all the zippers on these pants, and boom, there we go. Man, that was fast. I love editing. It is almost like I did not just spend a whole week sewing these damn things by hand. But anyway, we got our two pants. We are ready to move on to the final step of the project. So let's talk about bondage straps. These are going to be the same as the zippers. You can put as little or as many as you want on. If you want to look like Edward Scissorhands, then we are going to make it happen. But anyway, we're going to start off with some D-rings. Now these D-rings I got, they actually open up with a pair of pliers. Some D-rings don't. Make sure you're getting a pair of D-rings that open up with pliers, okay? Some of them are welded shut. But anyway, we're going to open them up with our pliers, and we're going to put them on the belt loops. Alright, I'm going to be using 2 D-rings per belt loop, just to give it a little bit more beef, and just because it looks kind of cool. Okay, as you can see, they are opened up. We're going to put them in there. We're going to close them with our pliers. I'm actually using 2 pairs of pliers, and it makes the job a lot faster. There we go. We got all of our D-rings. Look at all that D. So our next step is actually attaching our nylon straps and our strap adjusters. And why I'm talking about nylon straps, you can get them in other colors. I only got them in black because it's all they had available. Now when it comes to securing your nylon straps, there's different methods to secure them. You can use rivets and a hole punch. You can use studs. Or you could even sew it with dental floss or thread or whatever you're using. Me personally, I'm going to be using rivets and a hole punch because that's what I have available. But by all means, you know, use what you got, okay? So pretty much all we're going to do is we're going to be pulling our nylon strap through our D-rings right at the end, and then we're just going to set it I'm going to be setting it with rivets and a hole punch. You could set it with stud. You could even sew it on there if that's what you want to. But here's what it's going to look like. As you can see, there we go. And now we're going to attach it to our little adjuster strap. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. Now we're going to do that on all parts of the pants. We're going to just do that with all of our D-rings. Very nice, very nice. And with the back, I'm actually going to do it a little bit different. I'm not going to attach it to an adjuster. I'm just going to attach it to a big round ring. That's actually a belt buckle that I am secondhand using. You guys use what you have, you know, like if you got a metal ring, use that. You can get away with just using more D-rings. But here we are. We have our one strap all set up. We're going to bring it around from the back, wrap it around to the front, run it through our adjusters, and make it nice and tight, okay? Pretty simple stuff, all right? Like this is probably some of the easiest stuff on my channel right here. So we got our one strap right there. We're going to do our second strap, run it to the front just like we did with the first one, and there we go. Super easy. And you know, with those adjusters, you're going to be able to adjust the length of your straps, all right? And awesome, that's what it looks like front and back. Pretty simple. And honestly, guys, if you want, you could even like run straps like from like your knees to your top or whatever. Like if you just look at some bondage pants for like reference photos. Like people do some crazy shit when they make bondage pants, but I'm going to keep these simple. You know, I ain't going to be no Edward Scissorhands running around. But anyway, that's what we got. And as you can see, I added a pair of handcuffs to the front. And also, before I forget, guys, you can add whatever you want, you know, to decorate these things. You can add chains, you can add handcuffs, you can add studs, bandanas, patches. There's all sorts of things. But anyway, I'm getting carried away. One thing I do need to bring up, though, this is what a lot of old school punks would do when they made their own bondage pants. They would take a pair of scissors and they would cut open where their zipper's at, so you're able to unzip and zip your pants shut. It works if your pants are really tight. I'm not going to be doing that with these pants, but it is an option, okay, if you want to do that, if you want to cut open down there by your ankles. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to be cutting down there, but that's where you would cut. You'd unzip your pants and just cut them open. But not today, not today. But here we go. Everything's pretty much set up. That's the finished product. As you can see on these pants, I did put some studs. They look kind of cool. But like I said, decorate these how you want. If you want to be Edward Scissorhands, by all means, be Edward Scissorhands and put all these straps and zippers and all sorts of all this shit all over your pants, alright? All I gotta say is that it's not gonna be your friend in a street fight. Like, you're gonna get tripped up all over your straps. But here we go. I am completely done rambling. But yeah, these pants are pretty easy to make. They're definitely not worth $100+. Like, I made these with less than $15 a pair. You know, especially if you're using pants you already have. But here we go. Here's the finished pants. It's what they look like. And yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You've walked away with some new knowledge when it comes to making your own clothes or working with DIY, punk, goth, alternative fashion, whatever you want to call it. And if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future. And I might possibly be making a video dedicated entirely to making those baggy ass trip pants, because I know a lot of you kids are being suckers right now and you're buying up these trip pants for hundreds of dollars. So I'm just going to show you how to make your own. Also, comment down below if you want me to make a specific item or anything. If you have a question when it comes to DIY fashion, let me know. Put it down below. All right, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.